Turn to Proverbs 5:17. This may just be the shortest treatment of any of the Proverbs that I will do. It's hard to tell. This is not going to take long. Proverbs 5:17 says, "Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee." Let them be only thine own. So the them refers back to the previous verse, to verse 16. Them are the fountains, which are the children that issue forth from marriage. Let the children, let the fountains be only thine own, and not a stranger's with thee, is what he's teaching us. Remember verse 16, "Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets." So when a man marries a faithful, godly woman, he can be assured that his children will be only his own. Right? If you marry a strange woman, there is no guarantee that the children that issue forth out of your marriage are your own. And lots of people have experienced this. There was a poor fellow in what used to be another church of like faith that had one that came out that issued from him that was not his own. It happened to be the preacher's. And that was eventually found out, and it was a shame. And then that preacher wrote a commentary on every verse of Proverbs, so I wonder what he had to say about this verse. I haven't read it, but it'd be interesting. When a man marries a strange woman, there is no guarantee that his children will be only his own. He might have a mixed multitude under his house, under his roof, and not even realize it. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. So a man that marries a strange woman might well have strangers' children among his own. I'm going to read you a quote from Matthew Henry and a quote from John Gill, and then we'll be done for tonight. Matthew Henry said, commenting on this verse, he said, "A peculiar offspring, which shall be only thine own, whereas the children of whoredom that are fathered upon thee are probably not so, but, for aught thou knowest, are the offspring of strangers, and yet thou must keep them. A credible offspring, which are an honor to thee, and which thou mayest send abroad and appear with in the streets, whereas a spurious brood is thy disgrace, and that which thou art ashamed to own." He just said what I said, just a little bit more eloquently, that's all. And then John Gill. He said, "By a man's cleaving to his own wife, who is a chaste and virtuous woman, he is satisfied that the children he has by her are his own, and not another's. Whereas if he has to do with a common harlot, it is uncertain whose children they are, she prostituting herself to many." So stick with your own cistern. Let the rivers of waters proceeding from you, the children, be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. It'll make for a lot happier life. And that takes care of Proverbs 5:17. Now, if this study was uncomfortable at all, the next one's going to be 10 times as bad. So get ready for it.